Live from the library big room, Katelyn and Madison Smith bring you debate and discussion 101. Put your hands together, students of the local homeschool co-op debate class. Yeah! Woo! Oh, the excitement! This air is static with electricity. I can feel it.
Anyway,
You might be asking, how come these two people are doing the opening session instead of Mrs. Fisher, the class teacher? I'll tell you. Because we're awesome.
well, you see, our family was at the Fishers one evening.
Take this down in your notes, everyone. Most of you will take speech and debate classes and never use them. You'll never be on TV or doing formal debate or anything. You'll be nobodies.
Thank you, Maddie. That was very motivating.
But most people in the run of their lives will have lots of discussions on important topics, and these sometimes take on similar forms to debates, whether you like it or not.
In some ways, this is just about dealing with such discussions and debates.
And then, Mrs. Fisher will teach you how to annihilate your opponents on national television. It's gonna be great.
If we could get the lights...
I have this really cool remote in my hands because I'll be controlling the really cool media presentation we have prepared.
Please switch off the lights. Thank you.
Here we go, everyone. Debate and discussion 101.
Excuse me, sir, could you give me some directions?
Where are you headed, young man?
Home, actually. This college campus can get pretty confusing. If you can point me in the direction of the highway, I can make it from there.
Here, take this map. I know the campus is confusing, but you'll be fine if you just follow the map and keep right.
Myristica Studios presents Keep Right.
It happens. A discussion of the important, the political, the theological, sometimes in ways and at times that you least expect.
Hi, I'm Mary.
Nice to meet you. I'm Samantha.
The weather's very pleasant today, isn't it?
Yes, it reminds me of my all-millennial stance on the final days.
What do you do? How do you respond? Some are like this. Others are more like this.
Let me tell you something, Sammy. I have here a list of 439 theological, historical, and hypothetical reasons why you're flat out wrong.
And then there is the ever so common, running.
Perhaps a little concerning depending on why. Picking a fight? Bad. But remember, Christians should feel free to talk about matters related to God in the Bible. It's good, it's healthy, challenging, and edifying. And you know, we talk about other common interests. So, don't take things personally.
You say I'm wrong? How insensitive.
And don't give these personally.
Where is your brain?
And be gracious, be nice, and enjoy.
Interesting that you should mention that, Samantha. I can't say I agree with that stance, but I find it a very interesting topic.
Really? I find it interesting too. What do you think about it?
As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. Proverbs 27:17.
And now, a story of our brother that relates to this topic. About 2 weeks ago, Alex was sitting in his otherwise empty speech and debate classroom at college.
Hey, Alex.
Hi. Gleason, what are you doing here?
I'm not. I take speech and debate with Professor Stafford.
Oh. So why are you here?
Stafford's class is boring.
I see.
Hey guys.
April?
Yeah, I know this isn't my class, but at the moment it's quieter than the study area. Somebody is eating potato chips.
Oh, I hate that.
Whoa, you guys are here awfully early for class. Nerds.
Welcome to the club.
Hey, I'm just here because I can't stand another day in my class. I figure I'll tell my professor I went to the wrong class by accident. Thought she must have been out because there was a sub giving lecture, and I should have caught on to my mistake, except I'd been up so late studying my mind wasn't all cleared yet. Smart, huh?
You're toast.
I am so sorry I'm late. My coffee machine exploded like it went cha! Shot wet grounds all over me and I had to totally redo my hair and then, where is everyone?
You're early, kid.
Early? I did all that scrambling to get here early? What a waste.
What's up, Elena?
Travis?
So what's the story behind your early arrival, Elena?
I'm always early.
Oh, excuse me.
So, why are the rest of you early? Skipping class?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
of course.
I have a perfect story worked out, too. And, hey, Alex, don't judge me.
What?
You look like you just swallowed a lemon.
Oh, I didn't mean to be making faces. Not that I'm denying what you're thinking. I'm thinking because, yes, I'm thinking it, but I didn't mean to make a face.
Just ignore him, Alex. He just likes conflict.
He's weird that way.
Oh? I thought it was a sign of insecurities.
Hey, that's not fair. No one likes getting judged.
Ah, by this you submit that morality, or at least in your case, the morality of lying, is not a thing to be judged.
Huh?
Speech and debate, remember, Travis?
Okay. Morality cannot be judged by any measure because it's not measurable. It's not tangible. You can't sense it with any of the 5 senses. Therefore, it doesn't exist. Happy? Man, does she ever stop studying?
1 point for Travis.
You can't sense germs either. They exist.
1 point for Alex. Oh, I got it. But we can see germs with the proper instruments, which is not the case with morality. 3 points for me.
But obviously, I mean, everyone knows it's not okay to steal just because we see germs through a microscope.
We'll give her half a point and move on.
I say we all just forget about this. We can all live good, happy lives without judging or getting into unpleasant arguments where we're keeping score. So, how many points for me, Gleason?
Aha! What is this you're discussing in my classroom?
We interrupt to bring you a Don't Let This Happen to You of debate. That phenomenon that creeps up unsuspected and takes over the discussion without warning. The swirling vortex of analogy.
I believe in free will only.
I believe in predestination. It's like your parents choosing for you which peanut butter to get at the store. You don't choose yourself.
I choose myself. Smooth.
But Crunchy's better. See, left to yourself, you made the wrong decision.
Oh, but Smooth is higher in fiber.
Crunchy maintains more of the original peanut.
Crunchy's only the smooth in a different form.
3 hours later.
See, all the medical journals and studies of the last 35 years support the statements of my third uncle, Marty Brown, and the opinions of international gas station attendants on the matter. Crunchy is better.
Oh, you are so right. Where was my brain to believe free will existed when all the gas station attendants prefer crunchy peanut butter?
The vortex of analogy is silly. Analogies can help explain what you mean, but trying to top someone within the analogy and by means of the analogy doesn't prove your point even if your discussion partner concedes the analogy war, which isn't likely anyway. But learn to catch on to the vortex and maybe it'll end more like this.
Opinions of international gas station attendants. Crunchy is better. And why are we talking about this?
I think we were trying to debate theology on the basis of peanut butter.
Ooh. Disclaimer. The opinions and statements of the characters in this segment do not necessarily reflect those of the producers, medical journal, studies, international gas station attendants, or third Uncle Marty.
What is this I see? Paprika?
I didn't mean it. I think we should totally judge Travis. Totally. Someone arrest that man.
What were you discussing?
How germs relate to morality?
The existence of morality as a universal standard under which any human being can be judged by another.
I thought so. And I just want you all to know, I think it's wonderful.
Wonderful?
Wonderful to see some real action in this class. In most colleges, they discourage such classroom controversy between students. But I ask you, are you not here to prepare for the real world?
Not really.
And that's the problem! Let me tell you something. In the real world, debates are not happy times. Not a casual perusal of different opinions, like what color of satin drape should go over the kitchen. Do you know what real debates are?
No, sir.
War.
Oh.
Total, complete, decimating, eviscerating war. I appreciate the spirit of this group, and I will reward you for it.
Oh, I really wish you wouldn't.
In place of your upcoming test, you will all debate formally, in front of all the speech and debate classes, the very topic you are now discussing. And if you do a good job, you will not have to take the end-of-the-month quizzes or the test. At last, my students will see a real debate, and I will see action.
There's something wrong with that man.
We interrupt this story to bring you an update on the progress of the 15 leading scientists of the world who are researching the topic of debate. After immense study, 10 of them have concluded that out of all the debates in the world in which both parties are certain they are correct, at least some of them will be incorrect. The other 5 scientists, however, have reached the opposite conclusion. We now return you to your regularly scheduled presentation.
And so it was set. Professor Taylor set the teams. Elena, Alex, and April versus Travis, Gleason, and Paprika. After the class, the 6 of them met in the atrium.
That was not fair. Not.
Prepare your team for annihilation, Saunders.
Dream on, Kelly.
And to people who aren't in his class. The debate instead of the test for people who aren't in his class. How can he do that? It kind of scares me.
I believe we will part with you at this juncture, Travis. My team, at least, will be ready for this debate. April, Alex, you're with me. Let's march.
I guess we'd better follow her?
Fear your wrath if you don't.
Come on, April.
You know what? I think it's time we begin our preparation too.
You prepare for a class?
But this isn't just a class. This is action. Gleason, Pap, you're with me. Up to, people.
Ever wonder if Travis and Elena are related? Adding these quiet rooms in the college were a good idea. It's just like the library.
I like library quiet rooms. Being in one is like living in a soap bubble.
No time for amenities, people. Let's get rolling.
I have a feeling, Travis, you are not going to be a very fun debate partner.
I have a feeling Elena is not going to be a very fun debate partner.
Whatever gave you that idea?
I don't know. I think maybe it was the gavel.
Pay attention, team. First, I think I should tell you that in debate, half the battle is not what you think. The first issue I want to address is research.
Research? Gleason. I know that to people like you, whoever can write the longest defense with the most footnotes is probably the one who's right. But most people aren't like you. The truth of the matter is, most people are like Paprika.
Huh? What? What are we talking about?
You kidding?
Does this mean I have to put away the magazine?
Do you think all that research is going to convince her? People as a whole are far more emotional than they are scientific.
So, no research.
Don't be ludicrous.
Of course we need to research.
But you just said that facts don't really convince people.
I said that scientific truths don't convince most people. For those who truly will be convinced, we should know all we can. But in formal debate, that's not the main reason for knowing the facts. In formal debate, research is a weapon.
Travis!
What do you mean research is like a loaded grenade?
Hit them with every fact you can. If you can one-up them, know one single fact they don't know, you'll make them look ridiculous. It doesn't matter if there's a good counterfact to rebut your fact. If they've never heard yours before, they might not know what the rebuttal is. They'll trip over themselves, and you have won.
Be confident, smooth, in control. People flock towards whoever is the leader amongst the group. Be a leader, and people will follow whether or not you're going in the right direction.
Presentation is everything. I mean, let's face it, people are schnooks. If you look like you know what you're talking about, they think you know what you're talking about. And bring in a couple of stats, maybe a few historical facts for good measure, and you'll come across as smart, read up, and flat out right. Putty in your hands, guys.
Rabbit trails. Find the foundational point of their argument, and if it's stronger than yours, avoid it. Distract them with side issues. Don't let them discuss that root argument, because it may be the only thing that'll tear you down.
And it doesn't matter if they're right or not. If you can find something that people will perceive as a negative consequence of their view, a harshity.
Harshity?
It's a word. Trust me, I just used it.
Well, that clears my doubts.
If you can find a harshity to their view, use it. You have to be the non-judgmental one. Make them sound like they're the worst people on earth for believing what they do. But do it humbly. Sickeningly sweet, or you'll lose your audience's empathy.
If you spot even the least bit of ungraciousness in your opponent, call them on it. If they apologize, it only makes you look better in the eyes of your audience.
This is the way people are. Make use of it.
And you will rule the debate floor.
You will knock your opponents flat.
Oh, okay, wait a minute, hold on. What is this?
I beg your pardon?
This! What about proclaiming truth? What about caring that your audience understands the truth? Why don't we research to understand? Be gracious because it's right.
Whatever. Just Be aware, Alex, okay? I am not making this up. This is simply the way people are.
Okay, I'll be ready for it. I just won't exploit it.
Whatever.
I interrupt the story because I feel like it.
One day, a lady went out to her garden to transplant a flower.
How on earth am I going to plant this flower? Huh? How on earth? No pun intended.
Hello there. My name is Cocksure. I've planted for years. All my gardens are beautiful, and I think I know everything. Plant it so that its roots face the sky. Then each root will sprout a blossom. That's how they always do it at the Buckingham Palace Gardens.
Oh, what confidence and knowledge. You must be right.
Hello there, I am Brainiac. I'm a gardener. My mother raises all the tulips in Switzerland, my father has 5 degrees in abstract botany, and my grandfather's house is made up of thriving turnip bulbs. With credentials like that, I know everything. Check the gardener's handbook. It says to plant the roots in the ground, so plant it up to its petals in dirt. That way the leaves don't take away their sunlight.
Oh, you have such credentials, and you reference the gardener's handbook. You must be right. Ooh, look, a cardinal bird.
Check, check, check.
I thought birdies said chirp.
You and the National Geographic, buddy.
He's right. I should check. Oh, you're right, Brainiac. The handbook says to plant the roots in the ground.
See?
But it doesn't say to bury it all the way down to the petals. Oh, in this other chapter, it says the flowers use their leaves to gather sunlight that they need. I shouldn't bury them. They'll die. And what's this? Trivia. Did you know that Buckingham Palace does not plant their flowers with the roots up? Cocksure.
But it did happen. Gardner Farland in 1543 did it.
One guy doing it don't make it garden policy. Besides, what Buckingham Palace did doesn't matter if the handbook says otherwise. Wow, I should read the gardener's handbook more often.
Protect yourself from bad gardening habits. Check up on what you're told and buy a copy of the gardener's handbook today.
I have more insight than all my teachers, for I meditate on your statutes. Psalm 119:99.
The debate was upon them 2 weeks later.
Which was also 2 hours ago. Funny how that worked out, huh? We found out how our presentation would end just in time to give it.
Anyway, it went well, for the most part.
Morality is not tangible. It can't be sensed. It can't be detected by any scientific instrument. Therefore, it can't
seems
exist.
to be assuming that everything in existence is a sort that can be judged by physical instruments. But can people put love in a test tube and examine
Moral
it?
codes has always existed for every culture at any time.
Yeah, but
I quote
so
from the
many
Greek
of those cultures had like totally different views about what morality
Because there's a moral
was.
standard doesn't mean everyone follows it. When someone in authority is unjust and you say that's wrong, you're basically referencing a standard bigger than this person and their position.
Okay, so you're saying that there's this one definite standard of morality, but I have a question. How do you know what that standard of morality is?
Well, it's innate, I guess. I mean, everyone knows that stealing is wrong.
Based on what? What I don't understand is how some people make this standard out as something everyone knows when even they don't have a real method of figuring out exactly what it is. Meaning in the end, for all intents and purposes, there is no actual standard because everyone figures differently.
But there is a way we can learn about the standard.
I'd be curious to know what it is.
Our consciences can help, but the Bible most of all.
So, why should we accept the Bible as the ultimate manifestation of the standard?
Because God wrote it.
Wrote it? Like, directly?
Well, sort of.
Sort of directly. Look, America is among the leading nations today and has technological and medical advancements because of its deep commitment to science. It would be against the sure foundation of our progress to accept an idea without scientific basis. So tell me, what hard, proven scientific evidence can you present that would prove the Bible is more than just an old storybook? So we're right back where we started. Morality is relative. Some people picked one book, anyone else can pick another.
And now each of the teams will give its closing statements.
Gleason and April gave the closing statements. There's no technical win or lose to a debate, but non-technically,
Alex went kaput. I'm embarrassed.
That's the way everyone else saw it anyway. And as everyone was leaving the classroom...
Hey, no hard feelings, Alex. I was just playing the game. You get that, right?
Abstractly, yeah.
Sorry, Alex.
I'd say I'm sorry too, except I don't know what I'm apologizing for.
Hey, we're all going out for some pizza. You're coming, right?
Oh, no thanks. My sisters have a presentation at their co-op, and I said I'd be there.
All right, see you around.
Maddie and I both saw Alex's debate. When it was over, our parents drove Maddie here to start setting up. I opted to ride over with Alex. You're not gonna be in a bad mood all night, are you?
I should have seen it coming. I should have known he was going to go there.
Yeah, probably. I bet he practiced that progress speech for hours.
He made Christianity look irrational. I saw it happening, but I was stumped. He caught me off guard. I mean, it's not like I can put the Bible into a tube, send it to a lab, and have it tested for divine inspiration. But the most evidence-driven person in the world could believe the Bible.
I know.
And in whatever ways science and history can be used, they've done nothing but verify it. And there's lots of other kinds of proof, too. Why couldn't I think faster? What gets me is all those people listening. Are they going to be driven from the truth because I didn't present it so well?
I bet that if anyone is really seeking truth, they'll find their way, despite your verbal fumblings. And you know, if people are set in their ways, the best debaters in the world can't get them out of it either. That said, you're no Apollos either.
Well, thanks a lot.
Apollos. He was a great help to those who by grace had believed, for he vigorously refuted the Jews in public debate, proving from the scriptures that Jesus was the Christ. Acts 18:27-28.
You know, Alex, debate's a talent like anything else. Truth won't change just because someone with less talent comes up against someone with more.
Maybe I should just leave it to people who could do it better.
Well, you might be able to escape formal debate, but you're not going to get away from the fact that Christians are called to witness. I mean, you're going to have to be talking about this stuff with people somewhere along the line.
And I'd like to, but what if I mess up?
Alex, God knows that we have finite knowledge. He knows that we don't always know exactly what to say, and he even knows that sometimes we're gonna mess up. But he sends us out anyway. You may not be able to iterate things perfectly, and they may debate you into the ground on occasion. But if you live your life to honor God, they are going to notice. Words are good, but a life changed by God is powerful. Just do your best, don't worry so much, and let God take care of the rest. And get me to the library before I'm late for my presentation.
Aye, aye, Skipper.
Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. But do this with gentleness and respect, keeping a clear conscience, so those who speak maliciously against your good behavior in Christ may be ashamed of their slander. 1 Peter 3:15-16. And now, everyone, it's time to wrap this up, but, no, we don't know how.
It is kind of a lot to wrap up. Just remember as you go to engage in such discussions, the surest defense against susceptibility to inaccurate teachings is to immerse ourselves in prayer and Bible reading with honest, truth-seeking hearts.
And the surest defense against being a stuck-up know-it-all who can't learn anything is also to immerse ourselves in prayer and Bible reading with honest, truth-seeking hearts.
And remember that however incapable you may think you are as a Christian witness, God is sending you. So trust in His capability to work through you. And go. On that note,
goodbye and have a nice life.
Good night, everyone.
Why am I always leaving my purse behind? I hope it's still in the classroom. Oh, Elena, I didn't know you were still here.
My apologies. Next time I'll send you a memo.
Hey, that'd be great. You look like you could use some company. After all, you are here late. By yourself. With the lights off. That's weird.
It's serene.
Yeah, you look real blissful. Do you need a ride home?
My Maserati's in the parking lot.
Oh.
Victory is invigorating to my soul and sweet to my lips.
That's nice.
It's the most satisfying sensation I've ever felt. There's nothing that can sour my mood when I win. Nothing. Until today.
Elena, reality check, you lost.
In the technical sense, yes. But in my mind, I was with Travis and Gleason the whole way. I believe as they do, and they believe Alex's worldview is unscientific and ridiculous. And that's certainly how it looked when he was done talking. My worldview triumphed over his, so I should be reveling in my victory right now.
But You're not reveling.
More like wallowing. Can't get rid of this feeling
That he's right?
I need to get going.
Are you sure you don't want company?
Quite. I have every intention of driving 3 times the speed limit. Maybe if I drive fast enough, I can leave this feeling fluttering behind me.
I don't know, Elena. I'm kind of thinking that feeling is going to follow you all the way home. Thanks for joining us. Keep Right is a production of Myristica Studios. This episode, Debate and Discussion 101, was written and directed by Meghan McDermott. Music was by John Campbell. Our voice talents included Heather McDermott, Brooke Noble, Keagon Doyle, Greg Tull, Michael McDermott, Brandi Doyle, Joel Walley, Jessica Tull, and Meghan McDermott. The Keep Right theme song was composed by Charles Civils. Editing and sound design was by Meghan McDermott. Our post-production assistant was Kelly McDermott. And I'm Keenan McDermott. See you next time!